Hi, family. I could find a really green spot around, but I'm just gonna do this right here in the car. I would like to add something to the business online, business building conversation, and it has to do with taking a step back from our business. So I've been around business owners, um, large and small businesses, and I have been responsible for my own businesses for most of my adult life. And one of the cycles that I have witnessed over the years is the one of stepping back. And sometimes it's burnout. And if you've experienced burnout, you have an understanding of how that it's for some people, it can be an immediate crash and burn. Something in the body might give out, or there might be an illness, or just like a intellectual, emotional fog or funk that lasts for a while. And I think I already said for some people it can be an immediate crash and burn. Like for some people, they may not realize they're burnt out, and then one day they wake up and they've crashed. For other people, it's a slow burn. It builds and builds and builds, and we know it's coming, but we keep putting it off. We keep ignoring it. We keep avoiding it. It is also possible that you may come to a day or a week or a month in your work life where there's nothing shocking that happens. You don't injure yourself. That's another pattern in burnout. You don't feel particularly depressed or unhappy or frustrated or dissatisfied, but there's just a sense that maybe you're heading in the wrong direction, or maybe you're doing something wrong, or maybe you could be doing something different, or maybe you're asking yourself the question, do I even want to be doing this? This need to step back, it can show up in a variety of different ways, and I just want you to have some different options to play with. You could be someone watching this, and it could be happening for you in an entirely different way. Maybe you just feel stuck, and the things that used to get you unstuck or keep you moving, they're not working anymore. So back when I first stepped out to work for myself, the idea of stepping away, so this was like over 20 years ago, the idea of stepping away was still a scary idea. It's something people didn't want to do. And a lot of people didn't do it. They kept pushing and pushing. And, there's breakthroughs that happen when we push, but there's also breakdowns that happen. And, if you're in that old school, I'm going to say cliche model, we break down to break through. That is a real thing. What I am saying when I say that, even 20 plus years ago, when someone felt a need to take a step back, it could have been one day and people would be so resistant. No, that's impossible. I can't do that. I'm going to lose all my business. It could have been a week. It could be a month. Some people really needed to step away for a year or more, take a sabbatical. Even then, it was something we weren't supposed to do because we would lose business. We would lose momentum, which meant we would lose business. It would just be bad for the business if we stopped, slowed down, and took a pause. Now, in the age that we're living in, with our lives online, probably for many of us, the majority of our life is online. We're getting all of this business coaching, business do's and don'ts from the online space. So many people are looking for ways to monetize parts of their life through the digital space. So we are getting the message that we are never supposed to stop. Like the message is just we're marinating in the message of you can't put a pause on your business or you'll lose your business, which makes it more difficult to trust the messages that we're getting, the signals that we're getting, and maybe the instinctual message that we're getting that something's off. Not that something's bad, but that something is off. Something's off. I need to take a few moments. And those moments, again, could be a day, a week, a month, it could be a year, it could be more than that. This is real talk. But because we see everybody around us going, that's what we think we're seeing. We think we're seeing everyone around us in go mode. And we're certainly, if you have any sort of business, whether it's an e-commerce business or an online marketing business or a service-based business, whatever your business model is, you probably are in somebody's algorithm. You're caught up in some algorithm that's feeding you ads about how to do your business better or how to do your marketing better. So we're constantly getting these messages that we should be thinking about our business all the time. I am offering to all of us the door into the room, and it's a big room, that says that we will survive even when we take a step back from our business to recalibrate, to reconsider, maybe even just to take a break, like a day off. You may be in love with your business and you may be 1,000% clear about what your message is and who your audience is and what it is you're delivering and how much you're delivering it for. And maybe all you need is a day off. Maybe all you need is to set a schedule in place so that people doing business with you understand that you don't work on Tuesday and Thursday evenings. So what I'm saying here is that for some of us, the signal to step back and take a breath, it literally is, hey, look, you need some time off. The business is fine. You have done an amazing job building it up, but you just need some time off, and you need to have time built into your weekly and daily schedule that is time off time. Here's a secret. It's not actually a secret. It's something we have to be courageous enough to explore. Business will survive if we take a day away. Most of us are not in businesses that will fall to pieces if we are not there 24/7. Most of us are not in that kind of business environment. And many of us are getting into business in large part because we want to be able to control our time. And if we're not controlling our time at the beginning of our business, we're not gonna have any skills for controlling our time as our business grows into something that has become its own organism. And as we put the effort into building our business, there is a point at which it becomes its own organism, its own ecosystem. So whatever you're wanting to build a business for now, like at the start of your business, whatever inspired you to get into that business in the first place, those are skills that you need to be implementing at the beginning of your business. It's not waiting for the business to be able to support you, to be able to have more time off or spend more time with your kids or even have more money, more currency resources. These are things that we need to be building into our business life now at the beginning, because as we grow, those skills need to be able to grow with us. So you may be someone whose business is doing amazingly well, and the signals that you're getting are just saying literally take a vacation, take some time off, and you need I'm going to use the word need. It's important to do that. It's important to give ourselves the time and the space and the resources rather than staying in the story of I don't have enough or I can't do this because of. Many to most of us are leading our lives by our stories, and our stories are not necessarily true. For those of us who need to stop and recalibrate, which is to say that, sometimes we start a business or we're in the middle of a business. You guys, I talk about the middle of a business as well, and even the closing of a business. Sometimes it's necessary to stop what we're doing and consider what we're doing. Are the methods that I have in place for running my business, for structuring my business, for communicating with my community, the community that's showing up to support my business, are those structures actually, I don't want to use the word in alignment, Are they right for what I'm growing into, for where I am right now, for who I am? For those of us out there building businesses that are based on our personal brand, business is going to grow us. So if you step into business of any kind, there is going to be an internal growth as well as an external growth that happens. A lot of us focus on the external growth. Where's the money? Where's my time going? What's the product and service line? What's my relationship with the website, the shopping cart, the vendors, etc., etc. Most of us are trained to focus on the external. But it is 1,000% true that if you are developing a business, it doesn't matter if it's construction, if it's a holistic healing practice, if it's a ministry, if it's an online marketing business, if it's an herbal tea business, like, it doesn't matter what the business is. If you have decided that you are going to be the one responsible for building this thing, you are going to grow internally. As you grow internally, the business is going to grow and change. It's a partnership. It's a living, organic, like as an organism partnership. So it makes all the sense in the world that there are going to be moments in your business creation and maintenance where you will need to take some time. And again, it could be a day, it could be a week, it could be months, it could be a year or more. You're going to be called to take time to reflect on who you are now. And who you are now may not be using the same slogans that you were using when you opened your business. You may not be offering the same services. You may not be speaking to your people in the same way. And chances are you won't be speaking to your people in the same way because you will have grown. You will have added to your own vocabulary, your own life vocabulary. So it is truly okay to be in an in-between place. One of my teachers called it liminal space, which is an in-between. You're neither here nor there. You're in between. You've outgrown something and you're growing into something else, and there's this in-between place that may feel like there's no movement happening, there's no growth. It may feel like you've stalled out. I want you to understand that that is part of the process, and it's a healthy part of the process. It's a real grounding part of the process. So as much as you are able, be with that process, engage it, be curious about the process of being in between places in your life, really, because really business is a part of life. Business is an ecosystem in our lives. We are in that ecosystem. It's in us. I'll leave that thread alone. So in closing, I've come across a number of people over the years who are really uncomfortable with that in between, nothing's happening. I feel stuck, I feel demotivated, I'm not inspired. Fill in the blanks with your words, with what you're experiencing. Just understand and know that that is a part of the business experience. It may be that you are at a place where you're ready to leave that business behind, close it, dissolve it, and move on to something else. It may be that you are in a place where you're ready to stop offering one set of services or products, or services and products, and you're ready to move into something else. It may be any of those things. Maybe you're ready to move locations. Maybe you're ready to take your brick and mortar online, or your online to brick and mortar. So many different reasons for why we might come to this liminal in-between space. It may also be that you're in a place of deepening internally. You have developed a certain skill set up to this point, and you're ready to take it to whatever the next level is for you. That resting period, that internal nothing is happening on the surface period, is also important, and it is going to open up into something else if we allow it to be a part of the process. instead of trying to push through it before it's time to push through. I know that's freaky talk in the online business space. I'm going to go ahead and close this out here. Thank you so much for watching. If you find these conversations helpful, I would love it if you put a like to it and subscribed, shared it with someone else who would benefit. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.